Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explorer, we're going to explore some Dimir Kaito. So Kaito, Bane of Nightmares, is one of those cards that looks like it synergizes very well with ninja decks. Well, in Explorer and Pioneer, there are actually ninjas in the format. So I thought about, what if we tried to make a ninja deck? But then again, there's not that many good ninjas. So at the end of the day, we ended up having just 2 extra ninjas in this deck for this Kaito deck. So, of course, we ninjutsu in Kaito. We also can ninjutsu in Moon Circuit Hacker, the other great ninja. 2 mana, 2/1. Ninjutsu for just 1 blue. And whenever the hacker deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. If you do, discard a card unless it enters the battlefield this turn. So, if we ninjutsu her in, we draw a card right away. And if we don't ninjutsu her, or we just attack with her, it doesn't mean that we don't get anything. If we deal combat damage, we still get a loot, right? We draw a card and discard a card. Not the stupid loot from the new set, but a loot nevertheless. And the other ninja, the best ninja in any format whatsoever, Mutavault. That's a one mana to make it into a 2/2 creature of any type, and it's not just a 2/2 when it's pumped by Kaito. So it's actually a huge Mutavault that's very easily created for just 1 mana. That's the idea of why this deck, I think, can work. So let's talk about the whole deck list. In the early game, at turn 0, we got Ornithopter, just 2. I don't really want that many Ornithopters in this deck because, well, we don't cheat out that many cards. Ninjutsu is just for Moon Circuit and Kaito. But we then have 4 Faerie Miscreants and 4 Spy God Siren. Right here. 4 Faerie Miscreant, 4 Spy God Siren that we can play on turn 1 to always have a creature out for us in ninjutsu later on. Not only that, Spy God Siren can pump our board with the map token, and Faerie Miscreant can give us additional card draw if we have multiple Faerie Miscreants. So the first one may not draw us any cards, but second one and third one and fourth one all will draw us a card. And not only that, we also have Mockingbirds. Mockingbird can copy a Faerie Miscreant so that we can always draw cards when we play a Mockingbird as well. And Mockingbird can copy Spy God Siren to give us more map tokens. If you don't have another Faerie Miscreant in play, you can Mockingbird a Spy God Siren for now, ninjutsu back your Mockingbird to get out your Moon Circuit Hacker or your Kaito, and then later on copy a Faerie Miscreant if you want. Then on the 2 drops, we got 4 Floodpits Drowner, and 4 Moon Circuit Hacker. Of course, the Moon Circuit Hacker can also be a 1-drop with a ninjutsu ability. And in the 3 drops, we have 4 Brazen Borrower in the 3-drop that could be used for the Petty Theft side to bounce a permanent opponent controls, a non-land permanent that is, or just a 3/1 flying, very easy evasion attacker. And that evasion attacker can also be used for ninjutsu abilities. Then we'll get our Petty Theft back so we can do it again. We're very petty on that. Of course, on turn 3, what we really wanted to do is cheat out a Kaito. 4 Kaitos that ninjutsus for 3 mana. And then we have the actual 4-drop, 1 Enduring Curiosity. Now, I don't expect the Curiosity to really get us that many games or any at all, but Curiosity is a good card that we can kind of slot in if we have nothing else to do, and we have a few creatures on board, a few 1/1s on board, we can draw a bunch of cards with that. Now, this being a Dimir deck, technically being a black deck, does have some very good interaction with our opponent in these 8 cards. 4 Fatal Push and 4 Thoughtseize. Fatal Push can always kill one of our opponent's creatures, especially with ninjutsu. It just says if one of our permanent left the battlefield. So if we ninjutsu, that's also leaving the battlefield, which means that our the revolt gets turned on. We can kill a CMC 4 or lower creature. And then Thoughtseize disrupts all kinds of combos, disrupts all kinds of, our opponent's disruptions. So this is the deck that I actually tried to craft or tried to create myself without Spell Pierce. A lot of decks on the deck list that I found rinse 1 or 2 Spell Pierce, which I think it's fine if you face a lot of combo decks. But my idea is that Thoughtseize is there to disrupt their combo already. And I want to actively be able to attack our opponent. So instead of Spell Pierce, I'm putting Ornithopters to get to those ninjutsus a lot quicker. Because turn 1, I want to be able to play a creature like an Ornithopter and still be able to Thoughtseize or Fatal Push. And turn 2, I can sneak in a Moon Circuit Hacker. And turn 3, I can bounce that Moon Circuit Hacker back, or maybe bounce back my Ornithopter again and get out Kaito. That would be a very good 1, 2, 3 turn. And then for the land base, we're going to be very fast. So if you look down here, 23 lands only. We're going to have 3 islands, 2 swamps, 1 Otawara, a lot of more blue than black, so more islands than swamps. Then we have 4 Darkslick Shores, 4 Gloomlake Verge, and 4 Watery Grave. I also added in 1 Drowned Catacomb just because I had one and I thought it was fun. This is very good as an untapped land if we do have our Watery Grave or our basic lands in play, but since there's only 1 off, chances are it's not going to disrupt us too much. But what you do need to have is 4 Mutavaults, because those Mutavaults gets turned into ninjas and gets pumped by Kaito's +1. That's the whole idea of this deck. I think it will be a pretty good deck, but let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is the Coco. Coco goes first. Alright, we'll have to fight through to go first, but we got an Ornithopter into a removal. That's at least something. We got no place. So, do we hold up a removal? I don't think so. Let's just make a Faerie. See what they want to do. Lightfall. Well, Lightfall needs to go, right? So it will have to go first. And let's Moon Circuit in a auto pay like this. We'll draw a card, of course. Not sure if that was the best play, but you know. This means that I don't hold up a Fatal Push, because didn't need it. So, Gloomlake Verge. Let's ninjutsu out the Ornithopter again. Not the ninjutsu.
This is where things looks like I gotta fight my way out of this one.
And I'll discard. I think I can discard the Ornithopter now that everything is there. And let us give our ninjas more plus.
I thrive in the dark.
Scary ninjas. They might have a ossification. They can't ossify this, right? I think that's target a basic land. Well, okay. Good game. I'm not sad about this at all. They're Lightfall. They deserve to get beaten up like this. Alright, our opponent is Avencel. Avencel? Avencel? I want to play a bunch of... The opponent goes first. Alright. Yes, they do. Why wouldn't an opponent go first? And this is such a good hand against all the opponents I've been losing to. I never get this hand. Now they're at their control. Ludicrous. See? I took out the Spell Pierce, immediately control deck. Yep. Seems about right. Why wouldn't that be the immediate matchmaker shenanigans? Oh yeah, up to Beanstalk. Turn 2 up to Beanstalk using a control deck. Do we stop that from happening? Like, he just draws another card. I will draw another card. It's a bad card. I'm not really putting any pressure on, right? Okay. He's got a Godless Shrine. And he does nothing with it. No, he gets Fable with it. Alright. That gives me something to do with this push. What is this? Another up the beanstalk. Cool. He wants to draw more cards. He can draw more cards. Or quit! I mean, this is kind of like the... I don't even know what to say, man. It must be a terrible player. Why would you quit here? I got 3 damage on board. There's nothing threatening you. Yeah. Peace out. Alright, our opponent's gonna be the Soul Power! That's kind of scary. He's using Soul Power, and he can... Okay, that's 7 games in a row where our opponent went first, so... Typical arena. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. I don't even think it matters what's going on here if our opponent goes first. We're playing a Temple deck. Our opponent has direct Temple over us. He's going to Thoughtseize us turn 1. Duress. Yeah, we have nothing to duress. That's kind of fun. Sucker. You get to see our whole hand, though. Darkslick Shores is good, right? But I don't want to show that right away. And this is going to ping us anyways. So maybe I'll trick him into another duress. I doubt it, but maybe. No plays, huh? No plays are interesting. I clicked it way too fast, huh? Alright, let's get the Miscreants out there. That was my mistake. I was just clicking it too fast during the combat phase. Still nothing? Alright, I was not expecting this. Let's turn one of these. Do I want to return the other one? There's a lot of damage. I can play another Miscreant, but then I only hold on 1 mana, right? Now we have to remove these? There's nothing too crazy on board here, so go for whatever removal you might have. Fatal Push. Still does a 3 damage and draw a card. I'll take action. That card I drew was a land. So then we play the Mockingbird here on another Faerie Miscreant. Cut down? No. Fatal Push? Another Fatal Push? Because you can make that bird just a bird. Nope, he didn't do it, so he gave me a card. Oh god, the lands. 4 mana, nothing. Let's try to pump. Let's try to pump this Miscreant. Okay, that's another Miscreant. Do we pump another one though? I don't think so. Let's just go for the combat. Is it Esper control deck or something? Draw a card, discard a card, and then we will play another Miscreant. ETBs, we draw a card. Alright, there's a bunch of Spyglass Sirens. I think we keep the Brazen Borrower open. Memory Deluge. Pretty scary. We didn't get any of our Kaitos. Kaito would have been great here. What Or even an Enduring Curiosity. That would have been a lot of... Well, probably counter that. No, I'm waiting for the board wipe. He didn't board wipe there, which is awfully interesting. That on another Miscreant. Jesus, only land, huh? Wandering Emperor. Make a token.
Energy of battle, then
No,
guide it
it's just
like
gonna exile
water.
my Moonhacker probably. Okay, he exiles the Miscreant. Why that one? Why not exile the Moonhacker? This gives me a card. Draw a card, discard the Darkslick Shores. And we'll play the Swamp probably. Yeah, we'll play the Swamp. I can still Spy God Siren, another card. Or I can play the Brazen Borrower, right? That's kind of the idea. Let's make it 2/2.
I'll be back. Keep watch for intruders.
See, he's gonna counter this. Well, I'll make a 3/1. Kind of flies over him. Maybe he counters this. It's a lot of flying damage. No more life. That's a counter spell. So no Emperor here. That's important. Bounce that. Any more counter spells? Another no more lie. I think we just pay for that. It's got 1 mana. Maybe it's a spell pierce. I can afford to pay for this. It's down to 2. We draw a card, discard a card. We'll play another Miscreant. We'll draw another card from that. Alright, all the Faerie Miscreants in our hand. None of the Kaitos, but all the Miscreants. We don't have a man land to kind of leverage damage, but we got Spy God Sirens. Spy God Sirens for days. I guess if he wipes the board, I can Miscreant into a Mockingbird Miscreant to draw another card. The end. Alright, you get to look at my hand. Look at those Miscreants. That does not work on board, by the way. So, you get to take out this Miscreant, but I still got a bird. Oh, did you target a bird? You target a bird, so you get to remove this bird. It's not even a Miscreant. It's got 3 mana left. Hopefully not somehow a board wipe. Like a temporary lockdown, maybe? That would be pretty annoying. Right, he's just gonna look through the deck. Is he even looking through my deck, or is he just rage quitting? You're playing Esper Control. You should know that, you know, most games you're not gonna win. Esper Control used to be so good. I think it's fallen out of grace. I think Esper Control is still, you know, really good in EDH for like a casual, but in high power EDH, I don't think 3 colors are that good. I don't know, maybe. But on high power standard, or I guess it's Pioneer, 3 color is a little bit trickier. Oh, because it's Miscreant, it targets the Miscreant, I guess? Didn't even know how that works. Anyways, GG. Yeah, no way, right? I don't know. He never had a removal. Or he never had a board wipe. He had just targeted removal and does not work against Miscreants. I don't know, I have fun. Alright, our opponent is Teferi the God. Are you, though? Or are you Ulamog? I think you're using the wrong avatar. Alright, another freaking control deck every time. We're gonna go first this time, which is new. I think we Siren into a Thoughtseize. Now I think we Siren into a Thoughtseize. It's a little bit better than Thoughtseize into a Siren, which can't draw as a card with the Hacker until turn 3. That's a little bit slow. We're Temple deck. Let's try to get Temple. They got Yorion. 73 cards in their deck. They're asleep. Typical Teferi. He's in stasis. He can't come out. He's in a time bubble. He's gonna. 1 second for us is 1,000 years for him. Because, yeah, he's slowing down now. No, it's the other way around, right? 1 second for him is 1,000 years for us. So he is just moving in an incredibly slow pace. How many people are familiar with the Faerie's lore? Because it's fascinating. It's also weird how Teferi became such a popular character. Because he was in very old Magic lore. I don't think that many people cared about him. As much as people cared about Urza and Mishra and stuff. But in recent years, he's became the de facto blue-white planeswalker. Alright, I guess we're just gonna rope out this game. So I'm gonna quit and come back if our opponent's actually gonna play. Alright, we're actually playing this game. So let's actually play this game. So I got Siren into a little map. It's just a little map. It's just a little map. Alright, nothing else is happening. It's Ornithopter is not that great, huh? So, I mean, no reason not to play it, I guess. Ninjutsu. Autopay to bring back the Siren. We draw a card. What can we draw? It could be a better land than the Swamp. It was not. It was a Faerie Miscreant. So, let's seize his thoughts. What deck are you playing? Dovin's Veto, interesting. We have no non-creature spells, so... Chain to the Rocks. Exile target creature until this leaves. I don't care about that. So Growth Spiral helps him get another land into play. Cobra. Alright, let's just stop the Growth Spiral. Would you like to chain us to the rocks? It's a very slow play if you want to do that. No, it's a Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra. Alright, I guess we just do the regular attack. I don't think he's going to block this. Which means we're going to draw a card and discard a card. Another Thoughtseize. Ooh, okay. So, I like the Miscreant and Spy God Siren, so I guess we drop a... Or, I mean, I like the Miscreant with the Mockingbird, so I guess we drop a Spy God Siren. Let's Thoughtseize some more. What do you have? Just 2 Spelunkings? I mean, he's just going to play another Spelunking, right? But I guess... He's going to play the Spelunking anyways. Maybe I take out the Chain. Enchant Mountain. He does have a Mountain, so I can take this out. He won't have it. So 2 Spelunkings. I can't stop both, so I'm not going to bother with either. Let's go with the Miscreants. And then we'll go... Mockingbird. Copy the Miscreant. We draw a card. It's another Moon Hacker. We're going to hack all the moons. It might not be fast enough though. Depends on if he draws a land or not. We can Spelunk into a land. He does Spelunk into a land. Very good for him. Now he can Spelunk into another land if he wants to. Double Spelunking. Doesn't have anything, no lands. Okay. So there's a Lotus Cobra. I can't bounce it with what I have, but I can full swing. So I will do that. He's going to block the Hacker, or he's going to take the damage. Ornithopter can come back. We're going to deal massive damage. Draw 2 cards. And we'll discard a card. I don't need this land. And we'll play the Gloomlake Verge. Can't use the Auto Water right now, so we'll Ornithopter. And also Spy God Siren. Can we double map here? Might as well, right? Let's double map, see what we can get. Brazen Borrower. That's Brazen. And he might think he's going to hold up a Dovin's Veto for the Borrower. Then we'll get him with the Otawara. Oh god, okay, that's scary. If he has a land, we're screwed. Off the Beanstalk, he's gonna keep drawing, he's gonna keep getting there. So what can we do to stop Omnath? He has, every time he plays this, he gets a card, right? It's the first time he gains 4 life. So I can hope that he doesn't have a land. It's kind of my only out to this. That's not great, but something we'll have to do. Everybody get in there. Does his Lotus Cobra block? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage. Not lethal, but you know, it's a certain amount. If I can draw Thoughtseize, I already used 2, so it's not likely. Yeah, he takes all of them. So we're gonna draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Oh god, I gotta discard our own Kaito? That feels bad. Okay, discarding Ornithopter feels less bad. Do we hold up the Otawara? It is pretty good removal, right? And I have 5 damage in the air. So we'll see what he has. He just needs to have a land. Brazen Reef. Whenever another elemental come into play, he gets 1. So now he can play Omnath. And he gets to do it again. But he does not get to play another land this turn, right? No, he does get to play a land. Alright, let's see it. Here's Omnath. Gives him a land. Gains 4 life. Gets some mana. What can he do with that? He doesn't do anything with that. Alright, so we can Otawara the Omnath, but then we won't be able to push. Alright, that's the hard part. We won't be able to push unless we draw a land. There's no way for us to draw a card. So, do we push the Omnath? I guess we just fall on swing first. He's got 1 swamp, so he can't really counter it. So I got to get rid of both the Brazen Reef and the Omnath. That's the scary part. We can bounce the Omnath. Now that forces the entire board to trade. Because otherwise he dies. And he has to block both of the moon circuits. Yep. So he doesn't get any more value, but he does get an Omnath. Let's get that Omnath. He plays a land, it goes up to 6 life. I only have 5 damage on board. Oh god, Lightning Helix. Okay. Is there any way for me to take out a creature on board? I don't think so. 4 damage only? Oh, that's sad. Alright, well. Let's have this into play tapped, right? I don't need this untapped. They even got Dovin's Veto, so they can counter basically anything I play. Man, this is a close game. Don't know if I played it correctly, but it's hard. It's hard to play this deck correctly against... Well, it's hard to play correctly against an Omnath. I'm not sure what he's doing. Alright, he's attacking with an Omnath. Does he have another one? He's gonna deal 8 damage to me. He's planning something. Is it Yorion? Yorion to play Yorion? You can do that. Oh yeah. No, you can't. It's 4 mana. It's 1 off. Alright, Omnath into a second Omnath. This is if a permanent you control left the battlefield. No permanent I control left the battlefield. So he's going to draw another card. And he's going to try to go up to 5 life. No. He didn't do it. GG, we got there. It was close. It was real close. The Fairy to God, get out. Alright, our opponent is Adrisco. Adrisco? Adresico? Oh, I don't know, whatever it is. Opponent goes first, 2 Kaito, and nothing else to, get Kaito into play. Perfect opener. The question is, do I keep this opener, though? Because I have interactions, and they're playing Kaito, so I might have to remove their creatures. And I have a Mutavault, so maybe I get there with that. Maybe not. Maybe it's Monetary Swiss Sphere, and why am I even playing the game? Oh, this is great. Thoughtseize. Please just have pump spells and, no other creatures. That'll make me happy. I'm gonna push it. Make him lose his draw card. It's gonna manifest. But at least he loses that card. Alright, we're gonna take so much damage. No angers. You can have that monstrous rage. He's gonna put it on this face down card. Oh yeah, he is. 5 damage to the dome. A Faerie Miscreant, you say? It's a sort of a chump blocker if I needed to, but I don't have to chump block with it either. It's 1 damage, it's not worth it to chump block. It's trample too. He's gonna play anything else? Maybe he shocks off the Faerie Miscreant? No, it's a Fireblade Charger. Very annoying and very scary. So, we'll go to my turn. Watery Grave. Now, I could play the Watery Grave, but I think I just hardcast Kaito here.
The housewarming party has arrived.
Stun.
Take a break, will ya?
Swiss Sphere. Do they both attack? They do both attack. I can try to kill the Swiss Sphere this way.
This is not how I die.
I mean, not the Swiss Sphere. I can try to kill the Charger. If I don't block, it does that anyway, so I don't think it's worth it.
More hospitality.
Now I could another Kaito. And I can tap the Swiss Sphere.
Did I scare you?
Is there any point in tapping the Swiss Sphere? He might just draw a Charger. Right? Yeah, I gotta do this.
Never underestimate my.
See how good his draws are. So far he's been drawing fire. It's sort of fire, right? You gotta attack Kaito, come on. It would be dumb not to attack Kaito, but I got 1, so my Mutavaults are 3-3 now. I can make my Mutavault 4-4. I'm probably just gonna draw a card. Don't think he's gonna block. No blocks. So now I get to draw a card. Please give me something good. Or I can just stun the this guy, right? If I stun him, I'm down to 2.
I've got you beat 6 different ways.
Brazen Borrower is very good. Let's see what he wants to do. All in on my face, you say? So, Mutavault, that's gonna be a good 3-3. And I can Brazen Borrower the face down card. So all he has is a Heartfire Hero. Or an Otawara the face down card. No. Why can't I add the mana? Oh, this is the... No, that was dumb. I activated the wrong one. That was a land? Okay. I take the 1 damage. Leyline of Resonance. Cool. Nice card you drew. So my turn here. Another land. I didn't want that. So let's attack. Go Kaito, attack. And now, do we draw another card here?
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Fatal Push is pretty useful. Stupid Leyline deck. You deserve to lose. Can he deal 6 damage to me in 1 turn? Okay, none of that. You should just kill it. We take the 1 damage. He gets nothing. No creature for you to target. Why is it even on the stack? I don't understand. Is it bugged out? Yeah, I think it's bugged out, but he's glowing, so it's his priority. He's salty rage. Delicious salty rage from a mono red. You deserve it for playing Leyline of Resonance. You know this card is banned in standard for a reason. It's just so degenerate. Whoever designed this card should be fired. Obviously, a bunch of like Magic card designers should be looked at for what they're designing. They are actively ruining Magic with crappy design like this. Like, are you trying to make the game turn 2 on standard? I know this is Explorer. This was in standard. That's why it's banned. Timeout used. Yes, timeout is used. Very smartly used by our opponent. Still roping. Probably just threw his iPad out the window. Come on. We all know what's going on. Hello, opponent. You gonna make a play? Or do we have to drop the mic on you? Because you lost. Stupid red deck. You just gotta wait through all of this, huh? Again, this is also another flaw in arena design. If your opponent exits the game, right? If they just ult F4, the game should end. They should lose. That should always be the case. You shouldn't wait till they reconnect. I don't know what kind of design that is. It's ranked, not tournament play. You can lose a ranked game. You should not let them come back from any sort of DC, and you definitely do not want to encourage this kind of shitty play. But we do it. We do it anyways. So yeah, we're gonna wait till it entirely ropes out. And then resolve, no targets. Pass to attackers. And we go, before I go to my turn, I play this. When they go to my turn, they have no priority, so they can't even rope out anything. So, let's go. Mutavault. All ninjas get big.
Just
And
try to
GG.
keep up.
Yeah, you try to keep up. Loser. Go back to your cave and play red. Welcome back, everyone. now that you see those crazy Kaito games, how do you like this deck in Pioneer? Or Explorer, technically. I think it's a good deck. I think there may be some better fine-tuning that can be done, but I do think Kaito is, you know, a force to be reckoned with. And a lot of times what people are forgetting is that the Ninja Plus, right? A lot of people think Kaito is pretty good on the ninjutsu side, pretty good at being able to attack with a Planeswalker that does have evasion, well, not evasion, but does have hexproof, so it's very hard to target as a creature on our turn. And people think about Kaito in the Dimir bounce decks, and the Dimir mid-range decks, and a lot of times people forget the Kaito in the Ninja deck. So that's why I want to try this deck. Now, there are a few things that I did think about while I was playing this deck. The land base, 23 lands, I think it's good. Maybe you can go down to 22, but I think 23 lands is good. The color base of the lands is fine. I never really had a color issue. The Enduring Curiosity, that's a card that I thought about. Maybe we can cut. It's not that it's a bad card, but it's never that we lack card draw as much as we lack sort of a threat on board. So there is one card that I felt that might be actually important in this deck, that maybe you can try it out yourself in the future. And that's Leyline of Transformation. This says when it enters, you get to name a creature type, and all creature we control is that creature type. Well, if we do that for this deck, and we instead of Curiosity, we have 1 or 2 Leyline, maybe cutting a Mockingbird, maybe just cutting another Brazen Borrower. But if we have 2 Leylines, and we're able to get a Leyline early enough, we name Ninja, then every one of our cards become Ninja, and Kaito's +1. Oh, that's going to make it big. And that's my idea, but right now, I think this version of the deck consistently is putting up wins, so I'm happy with that. Of course, I didn't win every game. I lost to a few mono-red games. That's, no, here or there. That's normally what happens when your opponent goes first, and they have all the red cards that kills you on turn 2. Degenerate stuff, but that's Wizards designed in today's world. But I did make some cut from the first game, because in the initial version of the deck, I didn't have Enduring Curiosity. I had Unholy Annex, and I didn't like that. Unholy Annex definitely is not a good card for this deck. I get the idea of Mutavault with Unholy Annex being that, well, we can make it a demon, and we're always getting life anyways. But the problem with that is, it's kind of a win more card, and it does require a lot of mana sunk into it in the early game. That doesn't do anything but draws a card. This deck is a tempo deck. This deck is not a control deck, and it doesn't really have that many late game sort of strategy. So if you're not doing anything on turn 3 or turn 4 with the Unholy Annex, that's going to be very painful, and a lot of times you will lose games because of that precise reason. So because of that, I cut the Annex out, I put 1 Enduring Curiosity in, and now it's a lot faster, and we are overwhelming a lot of our opponent in the early game. I think that is relevant for this deck. And that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.